Let us begin with the fundamental law that governs all manifestation, the law of assumption. This law states simply, your outer world reflects your inner assumptions. What you believe to be true of yourself and your world must be made manifest in your experience. This is not a theory. It is not a pleasant suggestion. It is an immutable law. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. These ancient words contain the secret of successful living. Your consciousness, your concept of self, determines the world in which you live. Yet many of us already know this, at least intellectually. We read it, we hear it, we nod in agreement, and still, we face unwanted circumstances. Still, we see lack, delay, and disappointment. Why? Because understanding alone is not enough. You must apply the law. And the application begins with detachment. What do I mean by detachment? Detachment is not indifference. It is not cold withdrawal. It is not resignation to fate. Detachment means recognizing that you are not bound by current circumstances, that you are not defined by appearances, that you are free, always free, to assume a new state of consciousness, regardless of conditions. It means releasing your grip on how and when your desire will manifest. It means surrendering the obsessive need to control the process. This surrender is not weakness. It is the highest form of strength. Be still and know that I am God. This stillness, this quiet confidence, is detachment. It is the recognition that your imagination is the creative power itself, and once directed, it will bring forth your assumption in ways your rational mind could never design. So many struggle because they cannot see the bridge of incidents. They cannot trace the path from here to there. So they worry, they fret, they dig up the seed they planted. But this very anxiety binds them to what is. And as long as you are bound to what is, you cannot experience what could be. Attachment to outcomes. Attachment to specific timelines. Attachment to appearances. These are the chains that bind your creative power. Think of a farmer planting a seed. If he were to dig it up every day to see if it's growing, there would never be a harvest. Yet this is what many of us do with our desires. We plant the seed in consciousness, then constantly unearth it with doubt and impatience. The law works perfectly, but we interrupt it with disbelief. Your work is not to build the bridge. Your work is to assume the end and live from it. The bridge will build itself, so how do you actually let go? The secret lies in living in the end. Letting go means transferring your attention from the problem to the solution, from lack to fulfillment. You dwell mentally in the state of the wish fulfilled, regardless of appearances. This dwelling is not a fleeting visualization. It is a sustained assumption. When you truly let go, you no longer ask, when will it come? You no longer demand, how will it happen? You rest in the certainty that what has been assumed in consciousness must externalize in the world. Whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it. And it will be yours. That is letting go. That is faith in action. But there is a discipline required. It is called the mental diet. Just as you would carefully monitor the food you eat for your physical health, you must carefully monitor the thoughts you entertain for your spiritual health. Every doubt, every fear, every inner complaint is a seed you are planting. When these thoughts arise, and they will, do not fight them. Do not resist them. Simply withdraw your attention and return gently to the assumption of fulfillment. This requires vigilance, for the world will constantly present evidence against your assumption. Friends may laugh. Circumstances may contradict, but remember, the natural mind accepts only appearances. The spiritual mind knows appearances are shadows and imagination is substance. Which will you serve? Now let us speak of focus. The most subtle trap of all is comparison. The moment you measure your progress against another's, you abandon your path. You water another's garden while neglecting your own. Christ's words to Peter echo through time. What is that to you? You follow me. In other words, your journey is yours alone. Your timing is unique. Your bridge of incidents belongs only to you. Every ounce of energy spent comparing, competing, or seeking validation is energy stolen from your assumption. Your path is yours. Walk it with faith. Now we arrive at the foundation, two words that shape your entire reality. I am. Whatever follows these words in thought and speech becomes the state you occupy. I am tired. I am unlucky. I am not enough. These are seeds that harden into fact, but you may choose differently. You may declare with conviction, I am loved. I am prosperous. I am free. And as you persist, your world must conform because you are not your circumstances. You are consciousness itself, and consciousness shapes all conditions. So hear this. Detach from appearances. Let go of control. Focus only on your path. Guard your mental diet. Choose your inner conversations wisely. And above all, speak with reverence the words I am, for within them lies your creative power. Your world is yourself pushed out. What you assume within must be reflected without. So assume wisely. Live in the end. Rest in the Sabbath of knowing. It is finished, and then watch the invisible hand of imagination weave the bridge of incidents that will carry you, without strain, into the fulfillment of your desire. Imagination creates reality, and the key is already within you.